Greetings from the Days Inn in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Give you guys a quick tour of the room here. Some people are wondering what the accommodations are like. This is one of the hotels that Maverick uses, and as you can see, it's a pretty decent hotel. You know, got 2 beds, air conditioning, which is important. Has a little work area, desk, mini fridge, microwave. So I mean, you know, it's definitely not a bad setup. I've had apartments that weren't as nice as this, but it is what it is. You know, it's a hotel near a truck stop. You get a place to sleep, keep the rain off your head, and you can cook a few little meals if you wish. There's some restaurant options nearby, but be that as it may, your primary focus here is to do the things that you need to do at Maverick to get that taken care of. Speaking of which, today was day 1 of our final evaluations. Brief overview of that. I know many people like myself are curious as to what all that entails and what's that's going to look like. Basically, the day starts off with a little bit of classroom instruction. They explain to you what's going to be happening over the next 2.5 days. Basically, my evaluations start on Sundays and Tuesdays, I believe. Today is Sunday, the 5th of May, so my evaluation started today. They explain to you what's going to happen Sunday and Monday, and Tuesday morning we should be released to operations and get our trucks, hopefully. So they explain all this to you in the morning. You break, have a little breakfast, and then you load up in a van. Depending on the size of the class, there were 11 guys in my evaluation class. 3 others, 4 total from myself, we were all in the same securement class together, so that was kind of cool. You know, get some people you went through securement training with coming back for final evals at the same time, so that was neat. But anyway, they loaded us all up into a van. We went just down the street, literally, maybe a half mile away, if that, just outside the gate, the Maverick terminal, to the Maverick Driving Academy, they call it, which is a lot they use to train people to get their CDL. So we had some trucks over there and parking spaces set up, and then we did the backing skills assessment, which is comprised of a straight line back, meaning you pull the truck forward to a cone and get it straightened out, and then you back it up between a set of cones until the whole truck is between these sets of cones. At that point, you then pull forward and do what I refer to as an offset back. They call it a crossover, which is basically from the truck being in a straight position, you then back it up to as if it were in the next position. It simulates kind of if you were at a dock door or at a dock in a warehouse and you needed to move over one spot, you know. Basically, you're pulling the truck forward and backing it up and moving it over one spot just beside where you were, essentially. So then you do that, the crossover. Then the final backing skills assessment is the alley dock or 90-degree dock, depending on your terminology, or the angle back. Basically, you pull up, there's a set of cones simulating again a dock in an alley or a dock between 2 trucks. Basically, what you need to do then is you don't need to start off at a 90. You can use all the space available, pull forward at a 45 or a 40 or what have you, and then just back your truck in between the cones. It's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. It's, you know, 3 of the basic maneuvers that nearly everyone I know, regardless of what state in which they earned their CDL, had to do to earn your CDL. So it's 3 simple backing maneuvers, but the instructors there are great. They realize people have a lot on the line with this, and you know, many of us are nervous, so they're aware of that, and they have their ways of kind of, you know, making you feel a bit more calm about the whole situation, and you know, approaching it with as much levity as they can. And they offer some pointers, you know, as well, if you're getting set up wrong, or if, you know, there's something, a way in which they see you might be able to perform this maneuver better. They'll give you the pointers they can give you to help you succeed in that regard. There is, if I remember correctly, there's no time limit, and there's no maximum amount of pull-ups, you know, pulling forward to readjust and reset your truck, that you're allowed to do. And they have the option, if you are unsuccessful at these maneuvers, they can pull you out of line, let the rest of the class finish, give you some time to think about some advice they gave you, and then come back after everyone else is finished and try to do them again. I think a couple guys had to do that today. I'm not real sure. But if you just can't get it and they deem that you need some extra help, they can pull you out of the evaluations class, work with you for a day or two one-on-one in the evenings, and then put you in the next evaluation class that happens, you know, in a few days. Nobody from my class had to do that. We were all successful and got on with the rest of the day. The rest of the day was comprised of classroom instruction over PeopleNet, which is the communication device in the trucks, and the e-logs and some other things about dropping trailers, sliding fifth wheels, what have you. And then tomorrow we will be doing some more of that. We also applied for our TWIC cards, the Transportation Workers Identification Card, which you need to get into the marine terminals and rail yards and stuff. So we did that online today. And tomorrow it's more classroom instruction and some different things. We'll get at some point then, I believe on Tuesday morning, we finish up and get the keys to our trucks, which hopefully they have trucks here in Little Rock, especially for me. Some people, depending upon their situation, you know, may have to travel to another yard, to another terminal to get a truck, and if that's the case, that's great. But you know, my own selfish ambition is that I can drive away from Little Rock in a nice maroon Freightliner, which I will definitely keep everyone updated on that. So if you are of the praying sort, be praying for that for me. I would appreciate that. And again, day one, final evaluations at Maverick is in the bank. Got day two tomorrow, more classroom stuff, I'm led to believe, but I'll give everybody an update on that. If you have any questions or anything, shoot me an email or drop something in the comments there. My email is wildcardflatbed@gmail.com. Hope that all is well, and thanks for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button if you wish. Tell some friends about the channel. Hopefully we'll share the knowledge that we all get along the way. Thanks for coming along on the journey, and I will talk to you again soon. See ya.